Okay, Scott Noonan here in the garage. I'm going to do a little how-to video of how to take a Genesis 10-round magazine, put it together with a VR80 Rock Island magazine lower body, so you end up with something like so. Now obviously this is two of these lower bodies put together. I'm able to stuff 27 in this, and so far it's been reliable, but as long as you can get from this to this, there's a lot more possibilities and combinations you can do. As far as capacity, Shooting Sports Innovations makes, let's see, it's the top, makes extension pieces, so you can put multiple ones together depending on how crazy you want to get. They also offer different springs and couplers and so on and so forth. So the biggest thing is just letting you guys know how to get from here and here to here. So stay tuned. We're going to start doing this step by step, and hopefully it all makes sense. All right, so first thing we're going to do, go ahead and let's take apart this magazine. Press the button, slide that base plate off. I'm going to take these, set these to the side right now. Also, we're going to set this spring off to the side. I'm going to hold on to that. That's good. Go ahead and unbolt the coupler. Jesus. No. Tray. Also, if you look and see, it says 2 3/4 shells only. That's up. So just remember that is the upside, because there's a slight curve to these. Set that to the side. This is the part we're going to use. So this now, unfortunately, is garbage. All right, Genesis mag, same thing. Press that, pull that loose. We're going to need to keep this, obviously. So we'll set that to the side. Also set the spring to the side. And just for comparison's sake, this is the Genesis spring. This is the VR80 spring. How much longer that is. But that should work. Next step will be putting them together. So we've got the two magazines butted up against each other. So see the flange on the Genesis right here, how it comes all the way to the back, and it goes all the way to the front. And if you see on the VR80 mag, it's not quite all the way to the front, and also not quite all the way to the back. So we can do two things, which on that other magazine, well, the key thing is here also is we want to keep the front flush. So and also this coupler here is only cut for the VR80 magazine. We also are going to have to remove material from the inside here, because this thing was only designed to couple the two steel lip magazines together, now that we've got this bigger surface here. So what we're going to have to do is take off this difference to the front and take off this distance to the back so it lines up with the metal flange on the metal body magazine. So we'll go ahead and knock that down and then we'll take a look at it again. So basically what I'm doing here, I'm lining up the front, making a mark with my knife on the plastic, and I'm just taking a file and taking the material off. I'm scoring it right there, and the hell. Like so. And just taking the plastic down until it's flush with the body of the magazine. And this file makes short work of this plastic. So that's basically it. Trying to make a pretty good right angle here at the end, but knocking everything down flush like that. I'll bevel that just a little bit. This one's already done. I'll just take a little bit of that off. So now those two pieces line up. Next, because this is the other side, so this is up. This back wing here, this mag body is obviously wider than that. We're gonna have to straighten this out. So we're gonna go ahead and put these in the vise and bend them so they're straight out. That's the next step. So what I'm basically doing here is I'm just gonna flatten out this piece of metal. We'll just do it this way. Just get the plastic jaw inserts on here, but lock this vise down. I may have to do it with the metal. That's come, yeah. So, flatten that dude out. That. And then flatten that dude out like that. Now we're flat. Do the same thing to the other side. Like that. Oh shit. Okay. That'll work. Good enough. So now we've got these bent straight out. Shit. This one goes on the left-hand side of the magazine. This the one the words on it go on the other side underneath. But so now we've got, this is gonna be kind of rough estimate, but 0.158. This is 0.09. So we're gonna have to widen this channel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take the good old gunsmith and Dremel tool and open this thing up. I'm gonna go ahead and remove material from the top on each side. So obviously this is gonna be sitting like this. So I'll remove material from this side where the numbers are, where the wording is. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this put in the vise and we'll take some of this meat off. So I've got the coupler piece in the vise, I have scored a line of the amount of material I want to take off. I've also got the bottom of the coupler in the vise even with it. I really don't want to take any more material off of that, so I'm going to get the Dremel tool out with the cutting wheel, and we're going to go ahead and remove that piece of metal. Just taking a cut-off wheel. I already made a mark on there. And I'm just going to cut on the line. Alright, so this is what we're looking for. Basically, widen it out enough to where the plastic and the metal and all that coupler fits pretty snug together. Now I just got to go ahead and do the other side. I don't know if you guys can make heads or tails of this. Let's see if I can do this with light. Yeah, you can kind of tell right there. Okay, so that's the back of the mag body. See how there's a lip to left and right. You also got a lip on the, in the very back. You also got on the sides of the mag body need to be cleaned up. And there's the front of the mag body. You see there's some material that needs to be blended in there. So that's what we're about to do. Alright, so starting off, we're just going to go ahead and use a file and just level this out to where it's even on the back here with where the follower travels, and probably got about an inch up into the mag body. So this is basically what we're doing, is just taking the file in there and creating that bevel to where when that follower comes out of the metal body, it's just a nice even transition into the plastic body. So here's the Genesis mag body. I've got all the different sides beveled in the back there. So when I put these together and I look down through the back of the magazine, there's no right angles, nothing for the follower to get caught on. So the next step is going to be to reuse the two bolts that came with this coupler, but I've got to go out to the shed and go get a longer nut and bolt for this back one. We're going to get it bolted up and then drop the follower in and out and see how it goes. So here's the Genesis mag body. I've got all the different sides beveled in the back there. So when I put these together and I look down through the back of the magazine, there's no right angles, nothing for the follower to get caught on. So the next step is going to be to reuse the two bolts that came with this coupler, but I've got to go out to the shed and go get a longer nut and bolt for this back one. We're going to get it bolted up and then drop the follower in and out and see how it goes. Alright, so I got my bolt, got it on there. I also bent these in just a little bit so it contoured the back of the mag. Now here's what we gotta look at, is when we put these together. I'll do this with one damn hand. When I put these together, that it clamps. This is trimmed, the magazine right here, this flange is trimmed far enough this way to where it fits in the gap of this. Otherwise it's going to bow out and not grab the bottom mag sturdy enough. So once you get everything mocked up and the bolt on there, looks like I might have to take a little material off of the plastic mag to get it to actually sit inside of there. No big deal, just going to go ahead and hit it with the file again. So we got this thing all put together, bolted up, and dropping the, let's see, it's a really bad angle, but dropping it down through there, and I didn't clean out the inside too, which was stupid, but I need to rinse everything out. So I'm getting a little hung up. It's actually getting into this body, so I'm having something going on into here, but then it goes through. Under spring pressure, it'll probably be fine, but I do want to go ahead and clean up anything now since I'm putting it together. So, but like I said, let's see. Yep, and it's coming all the way through. So I'm going to clean up these channels right here in the back, where these two little things ride, and we'll put it back together. So I got the follower, cleaned up the channel in there, so it's a lot better. So still got a slight little hinge right there, but I'm not too worried about that. That ought to work. Now let's put a spring in it. So we got the follower in, mag body. We're going to use the VR80 supplied spring. Let's go ahead and get the floor plate like that. That is the right one. That's it. All right, I'm gonna go grab some shotgun shells. We'll stuff it full. See how many it holds. Okay, so I've already tried this once. This will hold 19 with the VR80 mag spring and the one body. So load this up for y'all real quick. 18, I drop one, so that's 19. 19 rounds with one metal body. So trying to sling them off my table, but you get the idea. Plenty of spring pressure, feeds correctly. Alright, so we got the Shooting Sports Innovations base pad on here. Got the their spring, Shooting Sports Innovations spring. It's about the same length as the 19 round VR80 magazine spring. But what I do have is their coupler piece underneath the follower of the Genesis, and it looks like this. So this actually goes into the follower, and the spring clips on the bottom, so I'm not having any kind of weird stuff going on with the spring dragging the mag body. So that gets me to 24. I like it. I think that's going to be a winner. I mean, 24 rounds. Come on. That's pretty decent. Alright, so I couldn't help myself. Went ahead and added another extension on here. So I've currently got this loaded with 28 shells. So I'm going to go ahead and download it, and I'm going to speed this up in the edit. One last thing I'd like to touch on with this video, let's do cost. Obviously the Genesis mags you got to buy from Genesis. They're I think around $40 a piece. Of course shipping, you got to pay that. The VR80 magazines, Palmetto State Armory, other retailers have them for around $20. If you wanted to build this stick here, you're gonna have to buy these from Shooting Sports Innovations. That's gonna be some extra money. Of course, their spring system, all that. Now you can get two. This is two 19 round sticks combined. This would be the cheaper route. I would still probably recommend going to Shooting Sports Innovations and buying their spring and their the coupler piece to go underneath the follower. So that way the spring isn't getting weird sideways inside of here. With that coupler piece, you're going to get 26 rounds in this stick here. So this one got 28, but we're definitely more into it as far as cost goes for this combination here. So if you got any questions, reach out to me. I'll put my email address in the link.